Hello everyone. Jim here. I've been living in Bohol for a while now and life here feels different. The pace is slower, the air is cleaner, and the days seem to stretch longer than they ever did back in California. I've found peace in the rhythm of mornings with coffee and waves, afternoons biking through rice fields, and evenings watching sunsets paint the sky. That's the surface of it. But beneath that calm, I keep asking myself, how should I use my time here? I'm not just looking for relaxation. I want purpose. I want to contribute. I want to make sure that this chapter of my life isn't just about me, but about something bigger. The question is, what direction should I take? One idea that keeps coming back to me is the Labak River. I've seen kids picking up plastic bottles along the shore, laughing as they do it. It's not an organized effort, just instinct. I could join them, maybe even help organize proper cleanups. Imagine weekends spent with locals and expats, working side by side to keep the river clean. But is that the best use of my time, or should I focus on something more structured? I remember one afternoon standing by the riverbank. A boy named Carlo ran past me, holding a sack full of discarded wrappers. He grinned and shouted, "Kuya Jim, look what I found." His joy wasn't about the trash itself, but about the act of helping. That moment struck me. If a child could find pride in cleaning the river, why couldn't I? But then I thought about sustainability. Would a few cleanups really change the bigger picture? Another possibility is the farmer's cooperative angle. I've met people who struggle to sell their produce at fair prices because middlemen take too much. With my background in contracting and logistics, I could help set up bamboo stalls, create a direct link between farmers and buyers, and cut out the unfair practices. It sounds promising, but it also sounds like a lot of responsibility, and I wonder if I'm ready to take that on. One farmer named Lito told me, "Jim, we plant all day, we harvest all week. But when we sell, we barely earn enough for rice." His words carried weight. I imagined building a small marketplace shaded by nipa roofs where farmers could sell directly. I pictured tourists stopping by, buying mangoes, coconuts, bananas, and knowing the money went straight to the growers. But then the doubts crept in. What if the cooperative failed? What if I promised too much and couldn't deliver? Then there's the youth workshop idea. Teenagers here are curious about carpentry, about building things with their hands. I could teach them basic skills, measuring, cutting, assembling. It wouldn't just be about wood and nails, it would be about confidence, teamwork, and resilience. I know how much discipline shaped me in the Marines, and I could pass some of that on. But would the kids even show up? Would they care enough to commit? One evening, I sat with a group of boys under a streetlight. They asked me about tools, about how to build a chair. I showed them how to measure with a tape, how to mark straight lines. Their eyes lit up. "Can we try tomorrow?" one asked. That spark gave me hope. But I also knew sparks fade quickly if not nurtured. Would I have the patience to keep them engaged week after week? I've also been approached about tarsier conservation. These tiny primates with their wide eyes are fragile and endangered. Conservation groups need hands to build enclosures, guide visitors, and spread awareness. I'm no scientist, but maybe that doesn't matter. Maybe what matters is showing up, lending strength, and protecting something small yet vital. I recall visiting a sanctuary. A guide whispered they're nocturnal, sensitive to light, and stress can kill them. I watched one cling to a branch, its eyes reflecting the dim glow of lanterns. It was delicate, almost unreal. I thought about how fragile life can be. Helping protect them felt noble. But then I wondered if my role would be too minor. Would hammering nails into enclosures really make a difference? Each option feels meaningful, yet each comes with its own doubts. I could spend my mornings on river cleanups, my afternoons helping farmers, my evenings teaching kids, and weekends supporting conservation. But if I spread myself too thin, I might end up doing none of them well. That's where you come in. I don't want this to be a one-sided journey. I want to hear from you, the viewers, the listeners, the people who have followed my story. What do you think? Should I focus on the environment, the economy, the youth, or the wildlife? Should I pick one and go deep, or try to balance them all? I've learned that peace isn't just about sitting still. It's about contribution. But contribution can take many forms. And I don't want to choose blindly. So here's my invitation: share your thoughts. Comment, message, or just reflect. Tell me where you think my time would be best spent. Should I be the guy cleaning rivers, the one building cooperatives, the mentor teaching carpentry, or the volunteer protecting tarsiers? I'll keep living my days here in Bohol, coffee, waves, sunsets, but I want the next twist in my story to be shaped not just by me, but by the community we're building together, both here on the island and online with all of you.